Just look at it.
Kingdom of Gladiators is a 2011 movie released by Clang Entertainment, which is a company I've never actually heard about before. This movie features a cast that seem to have a little bit of an experience in wrestling, which, by the way the battles are acted out, you never would have guessed. The director seems heavily involved with Clang Entertainment, so is this another Tommy Wiseau shitstorm waiting to happen? I think so.
So let's dive right into Kingdom of Gladiators, and don't be disappointed if there's not a Kingdom of Gladiators. It's... Should we start?
Here's a sword in the middle of a field. Why does the camera show you this? So it can pretend that there's an epic battle just slightly off camera.
Commander.
Which you soon find out is obviously not happening. That would require an actual fucking budget. So this dude gives us a spiel about all he wanted was to unite the kingdoms and put an end to war. Oh no, look at all those people that died in that totally real battle that happened. So this hooded dude is watching the king for whatever reason. He then gets teleported into the Nether Realm.
What do you want from me?
For you to redo that line with a little bit of feeling, fucking goddamn it, dude.
And propose a pact that will put an end to your foolish remorse.
So this cloaked twat is Satan, I'm guessing. He offers to bring peace to the world of Kingdom of Gladiators if the king gives away all of his children to the devil. Lying. Lying.
How can you even think I could accept so foul an offer?
Fuck, this guy's really bad.
You already have.
Nah, dude, that's not how deals work. I didn't say yes or agree to shit. If you was just gonna make it happen anyway, what was the point in even asking? He then wakes up in a grassy field and, you know what, I'm actually really impressed by the medieval times, or gladiator times. I didn't know that dental fillings were a common practice. This guy stares at his sword the same way I stare at credits when I finish shit like this.
Over the years, the memory of that day faded.
Movie, that line did not deserve the mwah noise you gave it, like, at all.
Fury of our swords was truly awesome.
Okay, props for that pretty well done cartoon, but I'm sure no one in Gladiator times used the word awesome. So via hentai we find out that the king had a daughter that was taken. Oh, fuck. Nice bit of dust on the lens. So this is Castle Kemok, where 90% of the movie is actually filmed.
Please, can you help me? I'm trying to find the king. I have an important message for him.
Okay, so this has to be his lost daughter. Like, that was solved pretty quick. That was a waste of time.
The gladiators already warming up in the arena, and the king has no sword?
You know what? The only entertaining part of this film is the actor who plays the king. He's just so bad, and he's just funny to watch, man. He's like Neil Breen and Tommy Wiseau funny. Like, okay, not that much, but still up there.
Morrigan, where are you, you witch?
Did you mean bitch? Oh, she's actually a witch. Oh, oops. So right away, the missing daughter turns up and no one can believe it's her. Oh, well, I suppose the movie didn't deem that important and instead shows us two gladiators sparring.
Granted, it's called Kingdom of the Gladiators, but somehow, they made a battle to the death just so dull.
Fuck movies. Stop moving the camera so much. I know this is supposed to mask the actors are only touching swords, but I'm gonna throw up, man. With a shot like this, can you take any guess why they hired this lady? The only time I saw more blatant titillation was in Hard Ticket to Hawaii. Titillation? I just got it. Well done, pass me. Okay, movie, I'm gonna come back when you've calmed down.
To the east could handle a hoe, but not a sword.
Sick burn.
Is that somewhere we yokels from the east stick our hoes?
In the ground. That is the designated use for a hoe. He basically just says, I'm going to use this to de-weed my garden, and then I'll be able to grow some lovely petunias. That'll show you what... What the fuck am I on about? Nice tattoos, bro. Did ye old tattoo parlour do those, or did you totally forget to cover them up for this role? Okay, back to this, I suppose. The king doesn't believe that this could be his daughter, but when she pulls out a fucking pebble, and it fits his thing, he totally believes her. He says that there's currently a giant tournament ongoing, complete with fights to the death, all to celebrate 10 years without bloodshed.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I advise your majesty to treat this situation with the utmost caution.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but...
Then why speak? He then just fucks off. Okay, I don't have a clue what the camera work is about here. The movie's colour is so washed out and pale, it actually hurts to look at. Oh boy, what a lovely castle. So this guy's walking upstream. It's not that exciting, but the movie's soundtrack says otherwise. Oh boy, what a lovely... Fuck, missed it. The king starts giving a speech to all of the 10 people in his kingdom.
This is Luna, my daughter, found again.
Wow, dude. just wow.
Oh, let the tournament begin.
Yes, yes. Such an epic way to start a tournament with that. I just can't. I actually just can't. So the fights begin, and honestly, RuneScape fights have more emotion and pacing than any fight in this movie. We interrupt this epic spectacle because the witch wants a word with the king.
Okay, brace yourselves. The next line is what actually makes this movie quite infamous in its own respect. It's a certain line that rivals any Rome quote or not being able to piss on hospitality. You've been warned.
So say what it is you have to say to me.
She is not your daughter.
What is this nonsense you're spouting?
Luna is not the person she says she is.
How dare you! I'll tear out that serpent's tongue of yours.
Beautiful. This is the high point of the movie. You may as well go home. I'm not in. Go. Run. Run now.
So the witch says that Luna doesn't have a scar on her titties, which the book says that she would have. How does she actually know that? I really don't know.
A nightmare. I made a...
Somebody oil that squeaky gate, please.
It was the price I had to pay.
Okay, this is the last time we're going to talk about this actor. You know he's bad. Should we just move on? Like, thank you. So another fight starts, and we don't actually see how the last one finished, but I don't really care. The witch explains that if something happens, I'm not sure what, then a giant rock demon will wake up and take over the earth. The crowd is electric. And the fight ends. Or not. Okay, now it's over.
Oh, come on, really?
Nope, still going on. This fight has been going on for 10 minutes now. Now it's over. The witch tells the king that he must stop the tournament and then kill his daughter. I haven't got a clue because this is never mentioned again. So Burbs and Good Gladiator are listening to a story, but it's shit and I don't want to listen to it. Luna is on to the witch and she starts by calling her a lesbian.
A night of pure pleasure. When was the last time you saw a body like this?
Well, this is out of nowhere.
And that was... vampires? What are you doing?
So it's the next morning and another fight starts with this dude and Boobs. Boobs hits him in the dick and the fight's over. That was a complete waste of time, thank you very much. Fancy swipe movie. The king then finds the witch dead.
No one is going to miss her. Except me, old friend. I will.
I did not edit that. That was exactly how the line was delivered. Fucking hell.
The next bit takes up so much of the running time. I'm just going to glance all over it. I'm literally saving you guys your time. I'm giving you your life back. You should thank me. No.
This dude wanders around a field for a bit. Okay, not a bit. A very long time. A very, very long time. He then puts on some fucking magic glasses that we have never saw before to find a magic sword. And just as he goes to get it, another gladiator turns up. He then takes off his glasses.
No!
Then they fight for way too fucking long. Just as the gladiator goes to kill the good one, Boob stops the fight. Where were you hours ago? He then pulls the sword from the ground and everyone gets knocked out.
I'm so glad that's over.
So they settle their differences because now there's a demon and that Princess Luna is bad. I honestly don't know what's going on. Then there's a montage of the tournament complete with terrible transition effects. I am so using that one. They then travel upstream to a gate thing, and out of fucking nowhere, Boobs says that she's going to sacrifice herself to open the gate.
Taylor, no!
Oh, her name was Taylor. Oh well.
The gate then makes a noise. Then they go in, and Boobs actually isn't dead, but she's in another dimension. But she's currently in she says that she's gonna help him slay the demon. I fucking lost it, man. She tells them that they have to slay the demon. This entire time, by the way, we keep getting cut back to the tournament, but it is so dull that when I got to this point in the movie, I actually watched this movie at twice speed because fuck all happens. Luna is kicking off for the king.
Descendants from me!
She then teleports to the cave to fight the gladiators. Oh yeah, they are brothers, by the way. I mean, it's pretty obvious, just look at them. They fight Luna as the demon's just about to wake up. He then stabs her, somehow.
Gunnar! What are you doing?
Why I had you brought up, far away and in obscurity.
Then the clearly fake CG tattooed gladiator, it's a mouthful, jumps into the demon, causing the cave to collapse, and the king dies, I think. Boobs then looks at the crowd, and it's all over. The good gladiator then sees Boobs, his girlfriend that is dead but not dead, but in the dimension that they're currently in but not being able to stay. What the fuck is going on? She then says, you know what does it actually matter? What does it fucking matter? Because the movie is over, bitches!
The last 10 minutes of this was so rushed and confusing, I honestly lost track. I stopped giving a shit after the serpent tongue line. But anyways, that was Kingdom of Gladiators. Let's have that little bit before the last bit of the video.
So Kingdom of Gladiators is bad. Really bad. If it wasn't for the incredibly slow shots of the tournament randomly thrown in, the movie would have, well, it still would have been bad, but at least shorter. It's so dull and boring that it's difficult to keep track on the movie's incredibly poor story. The acting from everyone was shit, but the standout character obviously was the king. He actually makes this movie worth watching.
So that was Kingdom of Gladiators, and honestly, it was bad, but it wasn't too bad. The king himself was providing most of the entertainment. It was somewhat entertaining to say the least. So that can go over there, as opposed to over there for some reason. Train's just gone past. Fantastic. Thank you guys for sticking around, as I always say. I appreciate every single one of you. After this video comes out a bit sooner than the previous track record. My name is Josh. I don't have a sign off, so go away. Fucking warm in here, dude, I tell you.